In this video, we're going to start building the memory address register for the SAP2. So for the memory address register in the SAP2, it's a 16-bit register and it only accepts values from the bus. It doesn't output values onto the bus, which is this part. So to build the MAR, we're going to be using the same thing we used for the other registers, the 74173s, and since it's 16 bits, we need 4 of them. I haven't done much here, I've just placed them on the breadboard, and I have 16 LEDs here to show the value obviously of the MAR, and I've just connected the resistors for those LEDs. That's all I've done. And I've just taken the clock from here, the program counter. I've taken the clock line and I've connected it to the clock line of this 74173 register. That's all I've done here. For the first step, we're obviously going to connect the ground and power, which is pin 8 and pin 16. Next, we're going to make the mode selector, as I would call it. Basically, it's just to select whether we're programming the program into the machine or it's actually running. So you'll have like run mode and program mode. For that, we're going to just place a dip switch on the breadboard, and then we're going to connect the top to ground, or we're going to connect the top to ground, and then we're going to connect the bottom to VCC here like this, and it should actually be reversed. Next, we're going to connect the output enable pins of each of these. We're going to connect them together. So that's pins 1 and 2 on all of them. We have to connect all of them together so that the output will be enabled only if the enable signal is low. Otherwise, it will be in the high impedance mode, which is basically disconnected. And next, we want to connect the output enable of all the chips together so we can control all of them at the same time. Like this. And we're going to connect the entire output enable signal. That's going to come down here like this. And we're going to connect that to the mode selector. So right now this would be considered run mode, and then if I flip this switch up, it's considered programming mode. Since this would mean this line is tied to 5 volts because I've connected it here, but by default it's tied to ground through a resistor. Next, we're gonna connect the clocks together. So that will be pin 7. So pin 7 of all of the chips are connected together like this. And as you can see here, I've already connected the clock from here. I've connected that down to pin 7 of this chip. And then next we need to connect the load signal. So load is pin 9 and 10. So we have to connect all of those together. And then we're going to connect the load signals of all of the individual chips together. And then to actually control it, we're going to place our load signal here, and then it's an active low, so if we don't want to load, we set it to high. And next we're going to connect the clear signal together, so that is pin 15. And here's our clear signal. We can just put that anywhere. And it's an active high, meaning if we don't want to clear, we set it to low, which would be ground. And that's all for this video. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to connect all the LEDs, and we're going to be connecting the program counter to the, not the program counter, the memory address register. We're going to connect that to the bus. And you just basically need to copy how I connect the memory address register to the bus. Just copy that and connect the program counter to the bus and all of these other registers here. That's it for this video. Okay, bye.